I am in a parking ride, just so you guys know, heading between Westminster and Eldersburg to run some appointments, meet some customers today. And it's been a crazy, crazy day, and dropping parts off. I'm going to go into all this with you guys so you guys understand what I got going on. Definitely been a crazy, action-packed few days. Between all my guys helping me thrash my shop to fix the cars, and some breaks and repairs and some wins and some losses at Maple Grove this weekend to try and make Virginia, to obviously coming home to the robbery and being broken into and vandalized, and it's been tough. It's been busy. I got to first thank all my guys that have been helping out. John, Wayne. If I forget anybody, please don't take it personal. Ron, 5-star exposure. John at work, Wayne, my kids, everybody's been involved. Jake, everybody's been a part of this, helping out. Really appreciate you guys. All the police have given me some information. Nick, all you guys. So I'm hoping I'm not going to forget anything. Like I said, I'm on a parking ride just in between meetings and got a lot on my mind. So I'm going to try and get it all to you. So basically, look. First, let me start by saying this before I explain what I got, what we found, and what I'm going to be asking everybody. So I really, first of all, appreciate everybody that has reached out to me and has commented, from information, from motorcycles being ridden from the hoodlums in Westminster that were riding down through town and through Carroll County. Carroll County, there is no chase law up here, by the way. So guys, police officers can't chase people on motorcycles, and I can't chase them, nobody can. So there's nothing you can do out here to chase people that might have your stuff. Even if you're a police officer, you can't get away with it. So that really makes it tough. So we do have a hot lead, and I'm going to explain some things about that here in a minute, and I'm going to explain some things going up to this. So just so you guys know, man, I've let a lot of new people in my life over the past couple weeks, probably since Motorama. A lot of these people have been great people. Just about everybody's been a great person. Anybody that I didn't know that I brought into my household, my family, they've been suspect because they're new and I don't know them, and we're just acquaintances still. And it's really tough for a person like me that has to, hire and fire somebody in my company, and make good character observations and decide whether or not they were good or bad after they work with me for some time at work. Well, when you're racing, you're only seeing them, on a weekend, a couple days here and there, and you don't really see them, don't really talk to them. It makes it kind of tough. So when you're bringing these crews in, they either work with your house, you don't really know them. If you're racing with them, you don't really know them. So I brought some people in my race community since Motorama, and since that time about this season, and about earlier in November, I brought some new people in my race community to help out. And when we're out here racing, we do sometimes ask for warm bodies and people that can be out here to service our needs racing, because it's so hard and so difficult. And we look for help, and people reach out to you. Sometimes people reach out to you and they seem kind of strange. You just don't know whether or not you want to bring them into your small circle to be safe. But sometimes you do, because you really need help, and we got to keep our costs down to try and do this racing. So I have done that a little bit, and I've also brought some friends in to help out around my house. There's renovations that have brought their employees or their friends to help out, which obviously bring new faces to your home. That's the things that all of us take for granted sometimes when we're doing that, and we don't realize that that's a danger to and a threat to our home, our families, and ourselves when we do that. We also, right now, when you're in a position when you're vulnerable like this, and you have been burglarized, you create worry, and you create suspicions and skepticism with people maybe you shouldn't have, and you don't know it at the time. You're just being suspect because these people are new to you and you don't know them, and it makes it tough. And I'm gonna explain this. I have a reason for explaining this. Like I have suspiciously accused a couple people possibly of being involved, and I hope they're not involved. Obviously, if they were involved, make it simple and easy. It'd be an inside job, like everybody has been posting. Everybody's like, Chris, this is an inside job. Chris, this is somebody you know. Chris, this is family. It's a friend. Somebody's been to your house. After all those things and all those things being told, I was thinking outside that it could have been outside. Somebody's mentioned to me that an air tag could have been on a vehicle and brought to my home from an outside part of our area, not being an inside deal. And that kind of deterred me from thinking inside. That individual that told me that made me start to think that it could have been that individual. Hopefully, it's not ends up being that individual, because, I hope that they could be a long part of our relationship and our family and our lives in the future if it ends up not being them. But what people have to realize is it's so hard when you're in a spot like this to not accuse somebody and try and hurt their feelings, because at the same time, I'm the victim, and I'm not trying to create anybody. My family's the victim. We're not trying to create anybody else we're not trying to hurt anybody's feelings or make them the victim, obviously, by not wanting to be in our circle, or us not wanting them in our circle. The tough part is that you have to, like, you can't leave nothing on the table, and you have to figure everything out. Who could have been what, where, and when? Whose alibi? Who did this? Who did that? Who was at your house? Who knew your window was open? Who opened the window? This HVAC guy, this contractor that was working on the plumbing or the framing, this UPS driver that drove by and your door was open, this FedEx driver that drove by your house when your door was open, this Amazon guy, which I was just warned today by my insurance adjuster, insurance owner of my insurance company, that a lot of times these Amazon drivers have been posting up, taking pictures, sending people, and then people come as an Amazon driver in an Amazon schmuck and then take your stuff during the day while you're eating dinner. So he just told me that today, and these are insurance guys that run big corporate insurance companies. They're familiarizing me with this, which I didn't take any of that into consideration. So obviously moving forward, I don't want to have my garage doors open when I have deliveries. And believe me, guys, with car racing and motorcycles, we have parts being delivered every day. There's a UPS guy every day. I had to get rid of my one dog against my kid's will to my mom, because my dog would chase the UPS drivers and it would piss the UPS guys off, and I didn't want them, killing my dog, kicking my dog, or, hating us, not wanting to deliver us our parts or not take care of our parts because of my dog. So I had to get rid of it. Now, hindsight being 2020, if Turbo, my little dog, was here, he would have been barking his ass off. He would have been out there biting ankles. They would have kicked the out of him, unfortunately, but he would have let us know, and my kids would have woken up, and they would have not robbed us. We would have busted their asses. Speaking of busting their asses, let's get to that. So everybody's like messaging me, and and I appreciate everybody doing this. Chris, don't call the cops. Take it into your own hands. Well, dude, if anybody knows me, I'm all about fighting, excuse my French, but I'm taking out of my lifestyle because I was robbed in 2011, 2012, and I beat the living shit myself, and I got in a lot of trouble. Got robbed my mailbox, I beat the shit out of them. Thank God I didn't get into trouble. I'm in Pennsylvania. I'm in a castle law state. So moving forward, when people go to rob me, beware. I own infrareds and night vision, all that shit. Trust me, guys, and I'm a scrapper. It will happen. It will go down. And from this point forward, we're going to get to that too, about the little rodent deterrent that we have now going on in our place, along with a bunch of other shit that's going to be creating security in our place. But people are like, listen, take it into your own hands, Chris. Don't call the cops. Cops aren't going to do anything. Well, last time I took into my own hands, cost $20,000 and a lot of 8 hours behind bars and shit like that. I don't want to be in that spotlight again. I also don't want to go down in the hood of Baltimore, which you guys are going to find out was where one of my bikes were seen, and I'll get to that and I'll show you that. I'm going to have to post that up, by the way, guys, the whole picture. I don't have a picture or the ability to edit right now, but the picture of my bike is in Baltimore right now, and I'll tell you where on my YouTube, because I'm going to be asking for help. I'll get to that here in a second also. My personal bike was noted in Baltimore, and I don't know if they were being a smart by the way they posted, like they know that people are out looking right now because of the post, but I guess it doesn't really matter. I guess I want more help. So people are asking me to get vigilante style. Well, I put ski mask on and do all that shit with my boys in the past. And believe me, it's still in me. My kids are all about it. They're a bunch of country bumpkins. I would not want to mess with my kids in a bad spot, in a bad day, because they're athletes or wrestlers and they're gangster. But I don't want them getting hurt. I don't want them being in a position or myself where we get in trouble and get in a spot where we can get hurt. So it is very, very tough to not want to go lay my hands and do my due diligence on what I would normally, or how I've been brought up. I was brought up poor. I was brought up with not a lot of stuff. Had to fight my way through school. I unfortunately dropped out of high school in 9th grade from getting in fights. Believe it or not, yeah, I'm not a high school graduate or college associate degree or bachelor holder. I don't have any of those things, guys. But I've learned everything the hard way. I've worked really, very hard all my life for everything I have. And I really appreciate what I have and what my kids have. And I'm very thankful that I can give them what I've given them. And I hate for anything for it to be taken from them by anybody, especially some punks or hood rats. The part is, I have to rely on the police. So this is where I really am asking for you guys. I'm asking any of you police officers that have helped me in the past, and have reached out to me, whether it be tickets or something. If you're a Baltimore police officer and you guys, or a Baltimore City police officer and your friends, or you guys know anybody, guys, that are Baltimore City police officers that you can tag or comment or send to, I know where they are, at least one as of right now, but that's going to be enough to figure some more out. I need to get them to DM me or PM me. I have Ron Heller with 5-Star Exposure. Thank you very much, Ron, for filling the voids all hours, last 48 hours. you know, all these messages that I've been missing while I've been down in my shop thrashing with no service. He's been fielding these messages for me, getting things through to people, helping me. I'm responding back, and it's been great. If I didn't have this guy doing it, I would not be able to figure this out. I know this sounds like just a bunch of dirt bikes guys, but it's more than that. I got $400,000 and $500,000 on race cars, you know, my kids' race cars, my kids' cars coming that are being built, you know, my own house. I don't want things like this happening in the future at my place. I want to let people know that we will be ready in the future too, guys. There is nothing holding me back from making my place a more secure place from this point forward. This was a learning curve for us, because this is obviously our first time being in a situation where we were taken advantage of like this, and it won't happen again. We will be creating the rodent deterror too. And this is by Wayne Blythe, a buddy of mine and manager, who's been a big help. His buddy, last name's Rodent, has a deterror. So one of the things we're gonna be doing, outside of all the security that we implement people from getting in the doors, when you get in the doors, switch, we're gonna be able to turn it off, and nobody's gonna know what the hell it's at but me and my kids. So that's one thing that's gonna happen. If it ever burns down the ground at that point forward, you guys are busted. You won't be coming back to my house to do it again. So along with Pennsylvania castle law, that is something you guys need to take into consideration very much. It's castle law there, guys. We can do what the hell we want once you're in our property lines. I'm not around, it's gonna happen. Whether I gotta lay my hands on you, it's gonna happen. You guys are not gonna rob my and do that anymore, guys. It's not gonna happen. It's not fair to us, it's not fair to anybody. It's a little town, guys. Little town. And you know what? It doesn't matter now. I'm letting you guys know. Anybody, please do not try and make an effort to do this, because it will not go over well, and it's not something that I want to deal with in the future. You guys understand something. This was a learning lesson again for us. But understand, guys, first and foremost, I want to apologize to anybody that I've been suspect with. You know, if they're not suspect. Don't take it personal. It's not something we can control. You know, I don't know what to do in a situation where I have strange people in my life or in my small circle, and this stuff happens. It's easier for me to say them when all the other media and all the other friends and all the other fingers point to the locals or the inside scoop or the inside deal. You know, that's easiest for me to figure out if it was inside. And so many people are saying it has to be inside. And it could very well still be inside, where a driver or somebody that's been in my place, not just been a marketplace post that was put out for a motorcycle for sale. It could have been somebody that was at our place that actually seen the stuff and told somebody. So it could be inside, because they could be dropping off packages to my doorstep right now, you know, and they be scoping out my being like, wow, look, they got it. It could be the same dudes that sent the videos and pictures to these dudes to rob me. Let's just say that was the case. They're still showing up at my door, laughing in my face every day if this is the case. And that does suck, guys. And we don't realize that. And when we're away traveling, it makes it even worse, because people know when you're away. They start to learn your movement. They start to learn your vehicles. Oh, this guy drives this, he's not here. Oh, his wife drives that or that. So they know when you're home or when you're not. So that is the obvious. So that's something to be considered also moving forward, because I don't want to lose my gift. I don't want to lose my packages, but I almost want to tell people to tell them to leave my packages in my mailbox. But then people can steal them there, right? But you know what? At least you're not up close and personal to my house checking out what I got going on. I haven't been reading any messages, guys. I'm just blasting it off right now. I got 5-hour energy in me, man. I got about three cups of coffee and about 10 and a half hours of sleep, so I'm fired up. And I am a wired guy, man. I'm a hostile guy sometimes, high anxiety. I get things done, but that's the only way I know how. And I apologize for anybody that I've offended in the process. I love all of you. I love everybody on social media. My little bit of social presence I have, I love each and one of you guys. You guys have been a big part of this. It really broke my heart the other day on my video with my buddy Rob McLaughlin offered my son his motorcycle to be able to ride. That really meant a lot to me, because, you know, Connor is all he does is ride, and that's like his biggest thing. And for him to offer that meant a lot. So, you know, I love every one of you guys. I really appreciate all your help. There's always the naysayers and haters out there. Oh, you're just trying to get insurance money. I don't even know if my insurance is going to cover it. It's my detached house. Still got an insurance call in. We have no idea yet. We have no idea whether or not we're going to be covered. You know, as far as the reward goes, I'm going to offer a reward. Until I find out what I got going on and what I'm going to be out of pocket, I will offer a reward to somebody who helps me. I do anonymously have somebody I'm going to meet later. They have the information on where the one bike was found, the scene. So thankfully, if they are the individual that helps me, I will be giving them a reward. I'm going to thank them very much. I don't know how well, I can't even explain to you guys how much I appreciate it. And and I hope it really brings us down to finding the rest of them. So again, guys, if you guys know any Baltimore County, apologize, Baltimore City Police. Yep, Baltimore City. It is, one of them are in Baltimore City right now. There could be others running around in this Carroll County country bumpkin place that I'm in right now. Right now also, I don't know, but at least I will get one back and get some closure on the situation. If you know anybody, please go to my YouTube, Chris Rankin Racing on YouTube. Ron is going to be posting a video up with a picture of the guy on the bike, his whole body, everything with it, the whole bike. It's got the name of my company on the bottom swing arm. It's clearly my bike. They pulled the seat cover off and everything. I'm exposing this now because if in fact I'm not going down there and trying to vigilantly, however the hell you say it, vigilantly go get these guys with my buddies, you know, my bros. If I choose not to do that, which is probably what I'm going to probably not do, because I'm going to do the right thing and be smart, but who knows? Who knows what kind of firecrackers will be on my butt? I'm just telling you that if I'm going to use social media like we've been doing to get this far, I have to be able to use this picture to put it out there so you guys can identify or help me find this person. Because it's not just me, it's about principle of the bikes. These guys are robbing and stealing and pillaging people's garages and sheds all over the place. And it's not fair, you know, and this shit happens all over the country, obviously, but here in Baltimore, Baltimore is a big city, and it is a wild city, it is a crazy city. I did work down there for 10 years, so I'm not afraid of Baltimore. I do know Baltimore, all parts of it, northeast, southwest. I can navigate everywhere without a map. So I'm very, very familiar. So I will be going down there at some point. But if social media can help us and your presence from you guys and your guys' experience and help with everybody you know, we can hopefully find these people, and just they'll realize that there's more eyes on them than just neighbors and police. And it'll help them think about in the future, maybe whether or not they want to go out in the sticks in the country and try and rob some country boys. So just keep this in mind, guys. I hope I didn't forget anything. I just really want everybody to know it's so hard to go about a normal life work schedule, racing, everything that I have to do right now. I'm probably going to be showing up in Virginia at 5 o'clock in the morning on Friday morning with my stuff fixed. In fact, one more thing before I get to that. If anybody has anybody in Michigan or Detroit that can stop by Billy Briggs Racing Engines and pick up cylinder heads for me and bring them down the road, I'm not going to have time to go get them. It's an 8.5 hour drive each direction. So if anybody has any ability, wants to make a couple bucks to bring me down some cylinder heads from Michigan for Billy Briggs Racing Engines, please let me know. DM me or PM me. Also, me or Ron will get back with you, and we need to get them because we need a cylinder head, and we got a problem. We have our problem figured out in our car, thankfully. So aside from that, guys, everybody's help I really appreciate. Tune in to Chris Rankin YouTube. Ron is going to edit in the pictures and send you guys what you need so you guys can see these people, and please help us out. And I apologize for not reading these messages while I'm talking to you guys. I'm just zinging. I'm zinging, man, and I'm excited that somebody sent me the information. Honestly, it's very awesome to wake up. Good news and bad news. I had such a crazy day today to wake up to a lead, you know, and you know, I have a lot of buddies out there who would be willing to help out and reach out to me and say, hey man, let's just go do this the way we would do this back in the day. And I'm like, you know, I'm with you, let's do it. And then I rationalized. Like, it's funny, my attorney just called me today. He just messaged me actually about some other stuff. And he's like, hey man, the guy never got back to me, not paying you. I'm like, yeah, I got to call you some other advice anyway. I'll be bringing here in a few. So he's my guy. You know, if you guys ever need a great service of attorneys here in Maryland, Craig Gendler, man, he's an absolute beast. He should be a lawyer, or he should be a judge or a Senate. I don't even know when it comes to politics where he would fit best, but he is the man, Craig Gendler. So I'm going to be reaching out to him, and hopefully he will help me out when I need. And hopefully he's not going to need to help me at all in this situation. So I'm not going to be trying to do anything stupid, but I'm going to call him for advice just so I know. But again, Chris Rankin YouTube. Ron will be putting it out here probably in the next hour. And if anybody can DM me or PM me, I greatly appreciate all y'all. And everybody that's reached out to me personally, I really appreciate you. Thank you very much. I'm trying to exploit this the best that I know how, with everybody's help, to be able to try and figure all this out. So thank you much. I'll talk to you guys later. I will be keeping you updated when we get down to the nitty gritty. Thank you.